Hello, welcome
What's
to
up,
Death
everybody?
Chat 500. Tony, you got to let me say the name of the show before you say hi to people. Okay.
Sorry, I get real excited. I get real excited when I see a lot of favorite names in there, and I just want to jump to it. My bad.
I don't want to lie to people. I want to let them know what they're in for, which is they're in for a death chat.
A chat, not necessarily a chat about death, but it kind of just is death.
Absolutely. That's how I think of it. Hey, there we go. First Twitch comment from the boys Bad News. I think that might be Ryan. Are you double commenting, Ryan, both on YouTube and Twitch? That's not fair. You're leaving everybody in the dust. How are people supposed to keep up with you?
I kind of love it. I think more people should do exactly that.
Yeah, we are on Twitch now as well. We have decided to allow the general public to see Death Chat. It's for everybody, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
How does it look on Twitch? How do we look on Twitch? Should I go investigate?
Probably look pretty good.
I have a little tab up here. It's cool that it puts both comments. Yeah, we got to say what's up. What's up, Nikki? What's up, Ryan? What's up, Hypervisor? I think that's how that's said. What's up, Chris? What's up, Negative Affirmations? What's up, Stanley? What's up, Dildonius? Whoa, that's a crazy name. What's up, though? What's up, Brox? What's up, Rodney? Thanks so much for joining us. What's up, Wendy? We got some stuff to talk about. We got some fun stuff to talk about today, Tony.
Yeah, I think so.
Did you want to start us off?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I can get started. I can get us going.
You said, Tony, it was national news that there was a hot golf woman who smoked a cigarette. This is crazy. This is crazy to me. Are you sure this is real and this wasn't like a hoax?
This is real. As I'm going to go ahead and show us from Fox News, LPGA Tour star Charlie Hull reveals fans flirtatious overture after smoking cigarette clip. Smoking clip goes viral. So she smoked a cigarette on the course.
Wait, hold this headline is so crazy. So this is like what this I guess the second or third story that Fox Sports has published about this, because they're not even reporting about the smoking clip because that's already gone viral. They're reporting about somebody proposing to her over the internet because she smoked a cigarette.
No, it says in the article, goes on to talk about like how she explaining why she smoked the cigarette, everything. Oh, this is the picture. This is the picture that was seen around the world.
She looks like fucking Tom Clancy, dude.
when I first saw it, I thought I did think it was like maybe like Photoshop because the cigarette almost looks fake in there, and they wanted like to make her look cool, but it's a real picture. And she talks about how like, yeah, I was like vaping too much. So I wanted to go back to smoking regular cigarettes because at least I have to go outside to smoke cigarettes.
Wow, that's so true.
I can't just vape at home. It was just funny. It was just a silly little thing. And apparently, like somebody like was like, "Oh, you dropped this," and it gave her his number
in person because of the cigarette. He was so attracted.
I guess that was part of the whole thing. I'm not sure. But of course, the internet reacted really normally to this, and I decided to grab some comments from this particular story. They're pretty great. Let me just put it up there real quick. Okay.
What's up, Bo Schnedwab? I know that name. Thanks for showing up. Oh, Jake says, Alex, that shirt is sick. I want to make sure everybody sees this. Jake here complimented my shirt. Yeah, this is for people who can't see, this is my Budweiser Trans Pride shirt. I'm wearing it obviously for Pride Month. Shout out to all my LGBTQ brothers and sisters and non-binary folks. I'm having a bud today. This bud's for you. Some people try to say this shirt's like American flag colors or whatever. It's all over sort of Budweiser label print. I think the reds and blues are far too pale to really be. It's obviously a trans pride flag. I cannot read that at all, Tony.
I don't know why this looks the way it looks, and I don't know why it's like orientating itself the way it is.
Here's what you do, Tony. So go into like a list of all the files, wherever all the files you have.
Okay, well, I don't want to do that there.
Well, you got them all in one folder, right?
Yeah.
So highlight all the items in that folder.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Now right click,
Uh-huh.
do open.
Uh-huh.
So they all open in one window, but it'll be like a slideshow window.
See, this is why we work with the pros over here. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
This looks much better. I was wondering how you did that, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, let me present this now.
What's up, Pyongyang Jim? What's up, Chris? What's up, Congressional Baseball Fan? What's up, Cesspool? What's up, Liz?
Much better. Actually, I want to start with that one because it's funny.
So these are comments from Fox. This looks like the Fox News Discus comment section. Is that what?
Yeah,
okay.
This is from that article. It's super short article. It's like not even more than 2 paragraphs. But she did say stuff like it's been crazy. Like fans have been shouting my names for weeks. People have like gave her cigarettes and stuff. It's really funny. Because it is uncommon to see. I mean, it's uncommon to see like I've never seen really like recently an LPGA start doing it. A bunch of other like, male golfers, notoriously smoke. Smoking is part of like golf culture.
It's in that meme. It's in that guy's not Jack Nicklaus. What is that guy's name?
John Daly.
John Daly. It's in the John Daly meme. He's smoking a cool cigarette as opposed to the lame wad Tiger Woods.
Don't worry. Don't worry. John Daly will come up.
Good.
And by the way, Charlie Ho rules. She's really cool. I got to meet her at a tournament, and she's really great. And I actually I posted a video of her, and she DM'd me. So just saying,
Did she
maybe
really
don't.
Did she really DM you?
No, she just said thanks.
Oh, okay.
Because I got like a good video of her teeing off at this place, and all she just said was thanks. But it was cool. She didn't have to do that. She does have like hundreds of thousands of followers, and like is a huge deal. But
I gotta say hello to Hexiety or Hexity, and I gotta also say hi to Burke. Thanks for joining, folks.
Yes, welcome. Okay, so we'll get into the comment section because this might be the oldest comment section I've run into.
a golf comment section on Fox.
On
News,
Fox
yes.
News, it's
Sounds
really
pretty
interesting.
It's the oldest of the old. That's the cream of the crop right there.
And we start off with a little bit of a banger. Smacku, I'll say, says the younger generation is so enamored with their smartphones, they really look up to see what's going on around them. It appears the young American did and saw someone smoking a cigarette, and it went, quote, viral around the world. Can you imagine seeing someone smoking a cigarette and getting that carried away?
That's pretty fun. I like this because they're like smoking cigarettes is old news, guys. You guys are all excited about this, like you just discovered Green Day or something. Get a hold of yourselves. We've been knowing. Us who don't live our lives on TikTok. We've been knowing about smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, and it's just like that's not even what the article was about. It wasn't about like the person. We don't even know how old the person was who took the video of her smoking or got the still of her smoking. But just to keep it mid death cult. Cool story, brah. Responds to people are just on their phones too much. They're too ready to go viral. Responds with saying, but she's fine with LGBTQ plus public displays, Gaza protests, and tuition reimbursement.
Is she a Biden supporter?
She's not even American?
What is going on? What do they mean?
I don't know what this is. I don't know what they're saying. I tried to figure out. This is the only response to this comment.
Maybe he thinks the criticism is of her, that she's like picking up on a trend or something. I don't know. Wild.
It's so funny. It's just so funny. And just to continue on like the kids these days one. Okay by me 042. I think that's a typo. I think it's okay by me 420. I'm going to give him some credit. Says the government used to include cigarettes in our rations. They only give us safe things like drugs, sex changes, hormone treatment, etc.
Yeah.
More modern everyday things.
I did. I love getting my government allocated estrogen. It comes in the mail. You get the little chits, and you pick off one every time you go to the pharmacy and get a bottle.
How old are you that you were getting cigarettes in your rations?
Well, I wonder if he means like military rations, because I know the military, I think, did provide sold like in World War II, maybe even in Vietnam, provided them with cigarettes. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe they came in like public rations. That's sick. Good
Well,
job.
apparently the response kind of addresses that because apparently they do still do it. Because Tigger 70B 053 says K rations would have a pack of Luckies, 20 cigs. Now with the newer rations, it's a pack of 4 or 5 cigs depending on brand. Now, no cigs. So I guess they don't have them anymore. Sorry.
Yeah.
But back then, men were men. Not so sure now in this story about a woman smoking a cigarette on a golf course.
Right. Yeah. Well, back when, I mean, fellas or ladies, if your boyfriend doesn't smoke cigarettes, you got a girlfriend.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, your boyfriend doesn't smoke cigarettes? I'm not scared of him. What is he going to do? Not wheeze in my face?
Real men aren't plussed. real men aren't fucking frazzled by a little thing called lung cancer.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see if I to go to the right one. That one, I don't want to go that one yet. Not that one yet. Sorry. I think this one is. All right, this one's funny. Unexplained 693, and this I think is kind of reasonable. It says, leave her personal life alone. Her body, her choice. I guess it's like, she was smoking on a golf course. So yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, they're trying to own the left with that one because they think the left is going to get mad at her for smoking a cigarette.
Exactly. Yeah.
So they're trying to preemptively do hypocrisy on the left.
John Holmes 175 clarifies, as long as it doesn't involve killing a child. Unexplained says, not sure why you're posting, but I just assume that you want to protect unborn children. And then Mythbuster comes in and says, they aren't children until they're born. And then Right 022 responds, correct. They are infants.
They're not children, but they are infants.
I don't think that's even true. I think like an infant older than a newborn.
Yeah, they are. I think so. It goes newborn, infant, toddler, then child. Then they finally become a child after toddler.
And I just love. I love this comment section. Of course, became like an anti-choice comment section. Very funny. More on her personal life because the thing is, she is a babe, and like I get it. So of course, a lot of it goes into that. But I love this. Anti-Demite. Yeah, good one.
What? Oh, I get it. Yeah, that's pretty good actually.
Yeah. Because it's funny because like I don't want to say they're like insane, but they are implying this. Her and John Daly, comma, they are strong, independent thinking people. A perfect match.
I am shipping this 22-year-old woman and John Daly, who I think might be dead.
No, he's alive.
How old is he? 80, 85?
No, he's like in his like late 60s.
Oh, okay. Well then, fine.
Yeah. And it's funny. He is like this slobbily looking dude who just plays golf, and she's like this elite athlete. Like she has like F1 drivers in her DMs. Like, what do you mean that they should just perfect match? They're, perfect match together. Like they may as well just be together because they both smoke cigarettes and play golf. It's like it's just so dumb to fantasize about that.
What house do you think John Daly belongs to?
What do you mean?
Do you think he's a Slytherin or do you think he's a Gryffindor?
Like those are the two
coolest
houses.
I think he's actually a Hufflepuff.
Wow.
I don't really know what that means. I don't know what I said there.
Huge get for the Hufflepuff team. Holy shit. He's like their Cedric Diggory then.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Because he's like a badass, doesn't give a shit, but he's like good. He's like not a Slytherin. He's not an asshole.
Okay. Sometimes it takes an asshole to get things done.
But he's not a Slytherin. But he's not an asshole.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
And I just like that someone corrects the spelling of John Daly. It's actually spelled Daly.
I just want to say, Congressional baseball fan. Thank you for participating, but I don't think that's correct. They say anti-Demite is definitely a reference to a joke from Seinfeld in 1994. Anti-dentite.
Dentite. Oh yeah.
Is that's probably also a reference to. I think it's just a reference to anti-Semite, but it's against Democrats. I don't know if they might have been inspired by Seinfeld, but I think it's just a clever way of saying no, I'm a Nazi, but only for Democrats.
Well, I'm glad that they are carrying the torch that Seinfeld passed, because you can't do that anymore. You can't make jokes.
Right. Somebody's got to do it.
Seinfeld would not last a minute these days. I think, is this the next one I'm going to? No. This is what you do this is what you go through all the time. This one's great. Actually, do you want this one first? Yeah, no, this one's great. Millabout says, I always had a theory that if a woman smoked, she also was more likely to do more risque ventures. And I've yet to be wrong about it. The cigarette breath isn't pleasant, but something I can deal with when other things are going on. They're like, well, she's probably a slut. This is cool that she's probably a slut. I think that's great. It's so funny. It's like, this is a picture of a girl smoking a cigarette. Is that still a thing? Like, do you think people, I guess that's what I'm saying. These people are so old. How old is this person that he saw like a girl smoking a cigarette and was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He saw her and he said,
fast and quick.
If she strokes and smokes, then she pokes.
Yep. Which is exactly, because he made the comment about, cigarette breath isn't pleasant, but it's something I can deal with when other things are going on. And then Buckle Up says, you're not looking at the mantle when you're poking the fire.
That not applicable at this at all. You're talking about a butterface. Buckle Up. That's not the situation here. I love the idea, like, oh well, if she smokes cigarettes, that means she enjoys having sex.
Yeah.
Right. Like maybe, okay, sure. There's like cultural taboos that do cause people to, be less outgoing, or maybe, self-regulate and not engage in sexual or otherwise behavior. And so if somebody's willing to break the taboo of smoking, maybe they're also willing to break the taboo of premarital sex or whatever. I think a more likely explanation is just women like having sex sometimes.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense. There was another one I can't find. Maybe I didn't highlight it in the. I'm gonna try to maybe drag it over to this. You think that would work?
You can add it to the slideshow. Yes, in the sidebar. You can just drop it in the sidebar.
Where did I? Oh, sorry. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna do it.
Edward says all golfers are Hufflepuff, and I think Tony would agree with that.
I don't know. I think so. Maybe. I'm really not sure. Unfortunately, I just don't really know enough anymore.
Hufflepuffs are hardworking losers. That's what Hufflepuffs are known for being.
Okay, here we go. This one's fun just because it's kind of like talking about the good old days type thing. 2 sugar lumps says ... So, like as in what? So, I think you'll find that a majority of people are a little more than stressed out now. God forbid we actually see people being normal and so relatable. I wouldn't publicly recommend smoking, but who am I to talk? I had a beer for breakfast.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Sorry, you omitted the dang. I had a dang.
I had a dang beer for lunch. I did. I had a dang beer for breakfast.
Yeah, no, wow. This is so true. Like, yes, smoking is vile, but people need an outlet for just the harsh times. I will not extend this theory towards any other substance.
Yeah, and apparently, another thing about this is she was playing a bad round for her. She wasn't. She didn't play that great. She was having like a rough one out there, and yeah, she probably did need to blow off some steam. So yeah, I'm not saying smoke, but again, who am I? Don't listen to me. I had a dang beer for breakfast. which is awesome. I love a beer for breakfast. And then this is the last comment I got, and I just maybe you can give me some insight on what's going on here. I feel like hopefully you can. Turtles are smarter than Dems. Are turtles supposed to be dumb?
Maybe it's just somebody who likes turtles a lot.
Yeah, I like turtles. Subway's $21 sandwich and fast food's changing landscape spark outrage. Remember the good old days of Trump with $5 footlongs, and when there was $1 menus? Most Americans now agree eating out at fast food joints is a luxury, as McDonald's is on the verge of closing in California after $20 minimum wage. What? Why is this a comment, Alex? What's happening here?
They're just doing pro-Trump, anti-Biden propaganda wherever. They're just copying and pasting this in like every article they see. You know, a lot of times people will just take a comment section as like a public forum for whatever, and you see that a lot, especially like in these discus comment sections. Like the top comment will just be a generic like Trump 2024, and then there will be 400 comments in that thread of people just gassing each other up about how Trump's going to win and the Democrats are going to be whatever hung publicly. So yeah, it's just taking the opportunity to propagandize.
They just have their own little copy pasta. They just throw in all the comment sections.
Yeah, and it might not even be theirs. It might just be one they picked up. And
I think it must be because of like the bold font. Like that's. You know,
it looks like he copied
funny.
this from like a Newsweek article or a Breitbart article or something.
I also just love it because it's like I'm not a big fast food person, but I'm pretty sure that like dollar menus have been gone. They left before Trump was in office, right?
Yeah, we haven't talked about it on the show. I really did want to talk about like
dollar menus.
I really did want to eventually address like, you know, corporations seemingly acknowledging that they raised prices too high and you know, ostentatiously lowering them again to try and get customers back. But yeah, the dollar menu I think has been gone from like McDonald's for a while. It's been on the app. They want everybody to migrate over to the app to get the deals, and a lot of people don't want to have an app for McDonald's, so they're like, why the fuck is everything so expensive? I didn't realize that the app was a loss leader on everything. But also, like, I don't know, when I was growing up, fast food was a luxury.
Yeah, exactly.
We got fast food maybe like once a month, if that, and it was because we were already like out seeing a movie or we were out running errands or something like that.
McDonald's was expensive.
Yeah, and I mean it has to, you know, I don't buy that raising the minimum wage is closing these stores. No. But you have to be able to pay people if you want the business to run. You just have to be able to pay people a living wage where they can survive working your job. And if that means that there's not a McDonald's on every single corner moving forward, then that's just like whatever, the market equalizing. I'm not going to shed a tear for McDonald's having their 300 million locations or whatever they have.
Yeah. All right, just real quick. The year is 2006. You got $5. You're going to McDonald's for the dollar menu. What are you getting?
Well, I'm getting. I can't remember what the dollar menu is, but I remember my like cheap McDonald's meal. And it would have been two 10-piece chicken McNuggets. That's you just get 20 total, and maybe a large fry. That's all you got to do.
I think that the dollar menu was a 5-piece, but I would have gotten a small fry because we're going to go for 5 items. We're going to take taxes and everything.
Okay.
Small fry, small Sprite, chicken nugget, 2 cheeseburgers plain with just cheese.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was my shit. And then I put them nuggets in the burger because I was a freak. I was nasty like that.
Yeah, great stuff. I wanted to present to you, since we're on the topic, have you seen this Twitter account at PGA TUOR?
Yeah. Oh no.
So it's a parody. It's like
I look at the symbol now. No, I have not seen this.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like a meme account. It's like a golf meme account, but it's spelled PGA TUOR instead of PGA Tour. And yeah, they have They posted here about Charlie Hull smoking a cigarette, and people were like, "Oh, actually, that's just a pen cap in her mouth. That's not even a cigarette," which is kind of funny. Yeah, but some people were like, "Oh no, she's a smoker. Please tell us it ain't so." Shut the
That's so
fuck
funny.
up. Filthy habit for a person who promotes herself as being physically fit. But anyway, no, I wanted to go over to this because they have 135,000 followers. So I thought maybe you would be familiar with this. Like, it seems like a pretty big golf like meme account or something. And their bio is voted best Twitter golf account, not for boomers or Karens. Hashtag satire, golf version of @TheBabylonBee and @TheOnion.
Oh,
Hashtag
smart.
parody.
I have to follow them now. I don't know why. I don't know why I wasn't. I'm blowing it.
So this is their pinned tweet. I'm going to scroll down here. We have fired the social media manager that posted this. And it's a screenshot of their own account posting Happy Pride Month rainbow. So the joke is we fired somebody who posted Happy Pride Month.
Yeah.
And this has 124,000 likes.
Jesus.
So now tell me this. Okay, let's be honest here. We want to be charitable, but we also want to be honest. Did this post get 124,000 likes because it is such a funny joke? Did this post get 8.2 million impressions because everyone loves the satire that a tour golf page posted Happy Pride Month and then pretended that they fired the guy who posted Happy Pride Month? Or do you think 124,000 people think this is real?
I think it's something. I think it's like a 60-40 split, but 60 do think it's real and they like it.
This is like, I mean, like, even if it's a joke, it's like posting Make America Great Again on the Minion Death Cult feed and then screenshotting it and say, we have fired the person who posted this thing that we don't like.
Well, I mean, for 125,000 likes, maybe we should give that one a, maybe we should give it a run. I mean,
That's true.
We can just go for it.
Edward asks, is that a nun in the logo? No, I think it's a Saudi. I think it's supposed to be a parody of like the Saudi Arabian, the live
tour,
because it's a guy in like a flowing garment and a head wrap.
I didn't think twice about it because I thought it was just a guy in a kilt, which is very golf. So
you can tell that they're inspired by the Babylon Bee, especially with this post about how they fired the social media manager that posted Happy Pride Month, by all the replies. Because one of the replies is they posted a poll that says great decision or good decision right underneath this. And so that's got, 95.4% think it was a great decision.
Oh my God.
That's 151,000 votes. Only 4.6 thought it was a good decision. And they keep like doing the joke again in the replies, because here's Tour Golf again replying, our HR director to that social media manager minutes after he posted that. And then it's Shooter McGavin saying, well, you're fired. So like the same exact joke as this, but I guess there's a golf reference in this one.
I do also, do you think they have a team? Do you think this is like a real thing with a team, or do you think it's just like a guy?
What team? What do you mean?
Do you think Tour Golf is a business? Do you think Tour Golf has like a?
I don't think. No, I don't. I think there's probably one person behind this account.
Exactly. I think it's just a guy.
It's just a guy talking to himself, and replying to himself right here. And then here's another one. He's replied to him, and he doesn't know how to thread them. So he's not like adding tweets to the thread. He did that for the poll, but for all the other tweets, he just posted them elsewhere in the comment section, so it's not linked up. Like this way, he posted a fucking Breaking Bad meme of Heisenberg saying someone cooked here.
Responding to themselves.
Responding to the Happy Pride Month deleted tweet. Just great. Yeah.
I keep saying the responses. The responses are like the people, like the one guy, the first comment, the one right below it, it says, this means so much to some of us. Thank you. Like what?
But yeah, if you go, I'm trying to scroll back far enough because this is from a few days ago. I'm trying to scroll back far enough. they just, quote tweeted it. We've lost roughly 1,300 followers from this post. Do we care? We care as much as Brooks Koepka playing in a non-major. I don't know. Good stuff. An account to watch, folks. Good satire here.
I might have to shoot him a follow. That's pretty good stuff.
So while I was doing research for another episode, I came across something incredible. And if you read the description for this death chat, you might know what I'm talking about. It was where's the, sorry, everybody, there we go. So it was
sorry, go ahead.
So it was some like pro-Ukrainian right-wing freak who was defending off-duty security guard shooting a kid holding an airsoft gun that he was returning to Big Five. Also in this guy's timeline on Twitter, he shared this. This is an account called Weak Nerve. It's one of these like NAFO Ukrainian freaks who makes little memes about dead Russians and stuff. Posted a screenshot of a song, like a screen recording of a song, and he's credited it to himself. His name is Weak Nerve, and the name of the song is Eli Copter's Flight. And so I'm going to play this.
Is this a character named Copter who flies a helicopter?
You'll just kind of have to see where it goes. I don't want to spoil it.
All right.
So I'm looking at what looks like a lyric sheet with artwork on it, and it says Eli Copter's Flight, and then underneath it says Lively Bluegrass. And so I see that, and I'm like, why would you put that in your lyrics? That's interesting. Let's go ahead and listen.
Helicopter in Iran, oh, what a sight, take a trip through the fall. They are not.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there. Can everybody hear the song okay? We had some comments about when we share videos, sometimes the sound effect or the audio is low. I just want to make sure everybody can hear this. The sound off in the chat. The lyrics are helicopter in Iran. Oh, what a sight. Take a trip through the fog, day or night. But the weather
that Iranian fog. You know that notorious Iranian fog.
Well, maybe around mountains. There are mountains in Iran. So, Tony, do you know what this is alluding to?
No, I don't.
An Iranian politician just died in a helicopter crash.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let me... the president and foreign minister of Iran, President Ibrahim Raisi. And so all the weirdest, like, pro-America freaks are, like, I don't know. I don't have a dog in the fight when it comes to Iranian national politics. I'm not really going to wade in to that whole thing. Seems very weird it would be weird to write a song about this guy dying in a plane crash. We're not even like at war with Iran. You know what I mean? We're not even like, sure, we're enemies because the president doesn't like them or whatever. But we're not even at war with them. And you're writing a song about this guy dying, but you're not writing it because obviously this is an AI generated song. I looked up the little logo at the bottom. It has a Suno watermark, SUNO, and I typed in Suno app, and yes, it was generated. It's generated songs. It's like leveling the playing field so that anyone can create beautiful music. And I'm like, insane. AI. But yeah, let's listen to more of this AI anti-Iranian bluegrass.
Oh, a sight, take a trip through the fall. Day or night, but the weather was thick, clouds so low. Couldn't see the mountain, oh no. Helicopter tried to soar, rise up high, but in that dense fog. Oh, he couldn't fly, met the mountainside with a mighty blow. Rest in pieces, helicopter so low, so low. helicopter. You tried to glide, but the fog was too thick. You couldn't hide, rest in pieces, butcher of Tehran.
That's amazing.
Butcher of Terrain.
I would you say a helicopter glides?
No, I wouldn't say that.
I think that's the whole thing. That's one of their whole things. They don't glide.
Rian Donut says, unfortunately, loud and clear. Good to know. I'm glad that punishment is reaching its intended targets. Beautiful stuff. And it was so funny because the guy who shared this said, looks like the artist could have spent maybe a little more time on it, but pretty good.
Awesome.
Listen, the artist spent zero time on it.
No.
All right. That's the beauty of AI is, yeah, sure, the output sucks, but I put so little effort into it that I'm actually still kind of proud of what came out.
I like how the premise of this is that the helicopter pilot is still like a hero. You know, like he was good. It was maybe. Why is the helicopter pilot a hero? I don't understand.
Because it's a fucking song, and like you usually write songs about, especially like a lively bluegrass song. Like you can write songs about bad people, especially like, you know, country bluegrass songs, but they're like anti-heroes. It's not like you're not writing an epic country song about the axis of evil.
Yeah.
Like the person in your I don't know, country or folk rock song is supposed to be like a tragic hero. And that's like the tone of this, but you're just so fucked up in the brain that you think that this makes sense to write this about a guy you like probably know very little about actually, except, you know, what has been given to you by American state media. But you're gonna write, man. I wonder if let's look at Weak Nerve's other songs. I didn't even look at this. Yeah, Please. Look at this guy's personality. You can tell this guy writes good music.
Obviously.
It's just all NAFO. If you don't know, NAFO is North American Fella Organization or something like that. It's like NATO stands. It's guys who really like like NATO, like the anti-communist organization that preserves the imperial. Oh my God!
Wait,
look at this.
Hold on. Sorry. Go back to his profile.
What?
Oh, never mind. I did read flotilla as float tortilla, and I'm like, what's a beer float tortilla? Sorry.
This is sickening stuff. These are just Democrat gripers. That's what they are.
Yeah.
They're Democrat Pepe accounts. Pretty awful.
Rob says it well. NAFO is like if Gamergate was run by resistance libs.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm looking for more AI music on. Oof.
That's rough.
Oof. Come on. I thought you were an artist.
Are they
where
just like
it?
Ukrainians have pretty women, so we got to back them?
I think a lot of them probably feel like, yeah, Russia invaded Ukraine and, you know, we support whatever the people who are on the other side of that invasion, but they invest way too much in it to the point where, yeah, they become like sports fans about it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, and again, I sympathize absolutely with Ukraine, but also I don't sympathize at all with NATO, who was in fact encroaching on, like, in trying to threaten Russian political interests. So, like, I don't think that they're good. I think that they're a big reason for why this happened. And I don't know, like I guess I'm just a sensible centrist when it comes to this thing. I think both sides are wrong, is what I'm saying. And I wish more people could have that sort of mature outlook on this situation. Anyway, I just wanted to I wanted to share that AI abomination with everybody. A couple more crazy things. So this was a fascinating exchange. This is something that I've been saving for a minute now, and I think the listeners are really going to like this. This is a post that I found in the law enforcement group on Facebook.
Oof.
That's not even the post that I initially wanted to share. Where is it here? No, where is it? Okay, sorry everybody. Technical difficulties. Let me.
If you go to your folder, you can
Shut
you
the
can
fuck
drag
up.
it over and.
Okay, it didn't open all the screenshots. That's why the screenshots were organized into different like days, and I only selected some of the days. Okay, here we go. Sorry, folks. We're back. All right, so this is Colt Maverick in the law enforcement group. A Facebook group that I've been part of for years at this point. Colt Maverick says, my brother is active duty California Highway Patrol. He and his male LEO buddies all started growing out these huge mustaches. I may or may not have teased my little brother about it, looking like sort of leather-studded 80s type, like Rob Halford from Judas Priest. He literally was angry at me. I was joking. Am I missing something? And yeah, in case you don't know, sorry, 1 second. Let me do it. In case you don't know, Robert Oliver says, you realize you basically called him gay, don't you?
You know that, right?
Of course he's fucking mad at you, bro. You implied he sucks dick.
That's so funny. That's because like that. I mean, I'm on. That's the whole thing that like dude bros do is call each other gay, right?
It's not funny, Tony.
Why is he so mad?
Oh, you want me to get fed into the wood chipper? Fuck you.
Dang, your brother got triggered, bro.
If you look at Colt Maverick's Facebook page, he has a picture of Trump as his avatar, and then his cover photo is another picture of Trump holding up like a signed executive order or signed law, but instead of a law, it says "Go fuck yourself." And he works at Libertarian Gun Salesman.
Colt has 3 friends, and I feel like it's hard to have 3 friends. I feel like you have to go out of your way to only have 3 friends.
Well, the thing is, so this having been on Facebook for a long time, some of the listeners, some of the viewers are probably going to assume the same thing. This is an alt account. That's why he's only got 3 friends, and that's why he's made his profile pic something absurd, like his favorite presidential candidate, and then also a shit post of his favorite presidential candidate saying "Go fuck yourself." I get it. You could put stupid stuff as your profile and cover photo if it's an alt. Still embarrassing that in your like what you get to do in your free time when no one's watching under the cover of anonymity is cosplay as Trump, is cosplay as a Trump supporter. Pretty embarrassing stuff. But Amanda says, LOL, maybe your brother is homophobic since Rob Halford is gay. Who knows? Timothy says, who's a different person altogether, says, why is it phobic if you find the idea of buggery abhorrent? And Amanda says, well, it's just a descriptive word of someone grossed out by or bothered by gay people, shrug emoji. And who knows, maybe that wasn't even the reason. And then Timothy says, oh, okay, I understand. I guess people toss around labels so easily these days. Sometimes it just hits me wrong.
So it's like, I know I don't like gay people, but don't think I'm homophobic.
I know, it's so funny because homophobic is the politically correct term for what you are. What you are is an asshole. What you are is like a bigoted, prejudiced, however you want to say it, asshole. The nice way to say it is homophobic. That's like the whatever, not clinical, but that's like the textbook term for it. And you're like, well, that's offensive. You should just call me like it is. Call me a bigot. That's what I am.
Also, just for the record, he knows he called his brother gay.
Yeah.
That's why he's like those 80s leather studded, like Rob Halford. Like he knows that.
David Blanton says, I agree he probably took offense. Mustaches go back a long, long way, ... They didn't just originate in the 80s. So it's like, yeah, he took offense, but I understand it. Mustaches, they didn't start with being gay. They actually started in the Wild Wild West with a man named Wyatt Earp.
Everyone knows this.
The least gay guy I've ever known.
Yeah, everyone knows this. Like, don't let them take everything from us, okay?
Doc Holliday actually contracted tuberculosis so that no gay guys would kiss him. Paul Kiefer says, "No, it is just a Fruitifornia thing when you become part of the Fruits and Nuts Brigade. Absolutely sick. Vomit emoji."
I love that he's like, listen, I know he's a cop, but he's a Californian cop, so he's a fucking fruit.
He's a communist.
Part of the fruit salad.
It's so funny. Like, how do conservatives ever have conversations with each other?
I don't know.
Like, how do you ever make friends with another conservative? Like, it's so funny. Like, you're like, yeah, I called my bro gay, like we always did, and he got really upset with me. And people are like, well, yeah, you like misgendered him. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not gay, and it's actually hurtful for you to accuse him of something so foul.
I also thought he was like these huge. They're all growing these fucking massive mustaches. They're all so huge. Him and all of his friends, they all have big mustaches.
Yeah, Burke says the argument against homophobia is that they say phobia means fear, and they're not afraid of the gays. Yeah, that is the argument, and that's where that thread eventually. Where that thread eventually went. But it's like, they don't like the term homophobic because it's whatever true in whatever extent that they're bigoted against gay people. That's why they don't like it. But then when they like get into an argument about it with you, yeah, they'll say, oh, it's because I'm not afraid of gay people. I actually will stand my ground for any gay person. But I like, yeah, you're like telling your buddy, yeah, I made a gay joke at my brother and he got offended. And your buddy is like, he is probably gay. He's a nutcase. He's in California. And it's so funny. This is like catching strays. Like, there are so many conservatives in California who are just F slurs to these people. It's so good.
I love it.
Colt Maverick. So this is the OP. I looked up Colt Maverick because I was like, is that two guns? Is there a Maverick gun? And no, I couldn't find a Maverick gun. I think maybe he just picked his name based off of his favorite character from Three Ninjas and then his favorite character from Top Gun Maverick.
This is just like there is 1,000 kids whose name are Colt Maverick last name, like for sure. Okay. I think that my white cousins both have named their one kid Colt and the other one Maverick.
But Colt Maverick says, my brother wouldn't be a cop if it wasn't for his older brother, parentheses, me, kicking his ass and keeping him in line and taking the heat growing up. How about props for older brothers? And then it's then it's metal horns emoji, smiley face emoji, American flag emoji. So I had to really think about this. I had to really think about this guy's profile, and I examined his other posts in this group. And that almost didn't help, okay? So I'm looking at this, and I'm like, okay, this guy says he called his cop brother gay, but his cop brother got so defensive it created a rift in the family because I guess he is gay. I don't know. And so I'm like, is this a troll post? Is this somebody implying that cops are gay? Is this somebody that's like making fun of cops for either being sensitive or gay or both? And then he follows it up with, my cop brother is only a cop because I bullied the shit out of him growing up, and he wanted an outlet for that rage. Like, again, I'm just like, this is so, if this is true, this is like so revealing to me personally, at least.
I want, we always, people are always giving respect to Leos, but how about their older brothers who bullied them until they had to do this? Like, what is their day?
Bullied them into picking up a gun.
Amazing.
I liked this. Mary Lee Schmidt says, did you apologize and, quote, make up, end quote, period, a, quote, bottle, end quote, of some adult beverage might help. Just saying, smiley face.
Yep.
Adorable comment.
So good.
Adorable. Listen, I don't care if your brother, like, whatever, wants to swat your house because you made a gay joke about him. You know what? A little brother, get a bottle of that Shine. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Sit down and hash it out. This is another similar. One of them was like, apologize right now and tell him you love him. that I thought was really funny, but I don't know where it is. I don't have it. I can't find it. But I thought that was a pretty.
That's your brother, damn it.
It's a pretty pragmatic solution here. FAAFO Deb. So fuck around and find out. I guess.
Dog.
You don't need the second A in FAFO. Everybody already knows. So they're talking about homophobia. FAFO says, I do not see how this person used it wrongly, but all right. If it is that important to you to define it any way you can, homophobia encompasses a range of negative attitudes and feelings towards homosexuality or people who identify or are perceived as being lesbian, gay, or bisexual. It has been defined as contempt, prejudice, aversion, hatred, or antipathy, may be based on irrational fear and may sometimes be attributed to religious beliefs. Phobia, ... A phobia is an anxiety disorder defined by an irrational, unrealistic, persistent, and excessive fear of an object or situation. Karen says, yes, when used incorrectly, it encompasses a wide range of application. People apply buzzwords to draw attention, and then unfortunately, those associated with sexuality have been politicized. That's why people get all needlessly butthurt over the word. I don't know what level of discourse we're on when it says people apply buzzwords to draw attention, and unfortunately those associated with sexuality have been politicized. Like the word homophobia is associated with sexuality so that it becomes politicized, or the people themselves associated with the sexuality become politicized, unfortunately, because of the political nature. It's gay people, they're part of the problem now, unfortunately. They got politicized.
It is tough. It is tough to figure out. But also, like, so the people being called, is she saying the people being called homophobic are still the ones needlessly getting butthurt?
I don't know. I don't know who's butthurt in this situation.
Very confusing.
Just watching these people interact with each other is great. But yeah, Colt says, again, in a separate comment, when police officers adopt a trend like, quote, porn mustaches without critical thought or guidance, it highlights issues of conformity and the importance of a strong, clear leadership to maintain standards and professionalism in the force.
What?
So this guy's like serious as a heart attack about the mustaches. Like, yes, he made a gay joke about him having mustaches, but he really does think like mustaches on cops are degeneracy. Like he really does think that it's like a degenerate porn mustache. And it highlights issues of conformity, but the problem is that the leadership isn't making them conform in the right way. Yeah,
it's funny. I do like that. They're like, no, someone needs to take control. This is ridiculous. This is like, they're not going to be taken seriously soon.
And then to cap this all off, when I was looking for evidence as to Colt Maverick's personality type, what kind of guy is this? I found another post of his in the law enforcement group. This is from May 31st. Food for thought, seeking honesty. I have been a first responder, then a critical nurse, 28 years. I enjoy studying behavioral analysis. Here is one I see frequently mentioned. The just world hypothesis is the cognitive bias that assumes that people's actions inherently lead to fair and fitting consequences, essentially believing that good things happen to good people and bad things happen to bad people. When applied through the perspective of a law enforcement officer, this hypothesis can manifest in various ways. Here are some rationales and complex questions for further exploration. He's basically giving like a training seminar on being a cop right here. 1, perception of victims and perpetrators. A law enforcement officer influenced by the just world hypothesis might believe that victims of crimes brought their misfortune upon themselves through behavior or choices. For example, they might think a robbery victim was targeted because they were careless or dressed in a way that attracted attention. I mean, I don't think this is another example, but you could extend this to criminals themselves. Oh, well, they committed the crime because they're a bad person, not because of any sort of like material conditions that may be, putting pressure on them from varying degrees, but bad people do bad things. And that's maybe not like something that has that much effect on a cop's day-to-day working within the system, but that is something that obviously affects perceptions within the system, very like jury's perceptions or, judges' perceptions. 2, assessment of criminal behavior. Officers might assume that individuals committing crimes deserve their fate and their behavior is a result of inherent flaws. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. Or past wrongdoings. This could lead to a lack of empathy and understanding of socioeconomic or psychological factors driving criminal behavior. All of this is like good so far.
Yeah.
Judicial outcomes. Belief in a just world can influence how law enforcement officers perceive the judicial process. They might trust that the legal system always produces fair outcomes, leading to potential complacency in cases of wrongful convictions or systemic bias. This goes on, yada, yada, yada. But relating it back to what he's talking about, how might the just world hypothesis influence an officer's initial response to crime scene involving a marginalized individual? What are the potential consequences for the investigation and for the victim? In what ways can the just world hypothesis impact an officer's judgment during discretionary decisions such as issuing warnings versus making arrests? How might this affect community perceptions of fairness and justice? This is like common sense stuff that is still probably considered like radical and communist by most law enforcement officers and their supporters. So he's typed out all this thoughtful stuff about the just world hypothesis that probably a lot of these people have not even heard of. But about a very real phenomenon that, a very real way that people experience the world and interpret the world around them. And he says, in cases of police misconduct and brutality, how might the just world hypothesis influence public relations and media portrayals? And then the last sentence is, any impartial, unbiased thoughts? This post has 1 like and 1 comment, and the 1 comment is Mary Lee saying, "What?" with 3 question marks.
Isn't it just a story as old as time, though? You really put your heart into a post and just no one cares, but you make a silly little I call my brother gay on accident post and people freak out.
No, that's so true. No, they could tell effort. They can spot effort posting from a mile away.
Yeah.
They could sniff all the effort on this. And it's cringe, dude. I'm sorry. It's cringe. You're not supposed to think this much.
I wish Marley Schmidt said, like, hey, dog, I'm sorry or good for you, but I'm not going to read all that.
Yeah. Happy for you or sad. I don't know. Yeah, phenomenal. Just like, it's also so funny that Colt Maverick is not a cop. I have been a first responder. He means EMT.
He means EMT, yeah.
No, nobody thinks you mean cop here. Then a critical nurse. So like valuable stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of the like, I don't know what the correct, some of the most honorable positions you can have in society. Being a nurse, being an EMT, being an actual kind of first responder. But you also like bullied your brother growing up into becoming a cop. Like, I love how looking back, you can be just like, oh, just whatever, boys being boys, but I really think like we might have a problem in law enforcement. Meanwhile, you called your brother the F slur so much, he wanted to put on a badge and abuse people.
He became a cop. Yeah. Yeah.
Just fascinating.
He probably feels a lot of guilt about that. That's probably why he went to such like service type jobs. He feels really bad about what he did to his brother.
Yeah. I love the law enforcement group.
So good.
It's really good stuff.
Do they call it leg?
Leg? Yeah. Instead of Leo, it's leg.
Yeah. See you on leg.
Yeah. Well, all right. I guess, okay. Do you want to do another segment?
Yeah, I can do another segment. Yeah.
All right. Let's do another segment here, Tony. Which one? Oh, more cop stuff. Yeah. Let's do the other cop section because I did tease this in the the description of today's episode. So we got to do the other cop segment. And I'm not going to read this is based on a news story. I'm not going to read the whole news story, but I'll give people the gist of it essentially. Let me just put it up here on screen. So this is Epoch Times, I believe. I believe this is from the Epoch Times, who recently got outed as just a giant money laundering organization. And I could have told you that because they definitely laundered our $7 a month that we paid them so we could watch Interview with the Antichrist. But please make our sacrifice worth it. If you have not heard our episode on Interview with the Antichrist, it should be available for you to listen to now. Just as to pour one out for the Epoch Times, and remember a better time when they were doing a little better.
And they were making art,
Yeah. Okay, so the news is, I'll read it right here. A Supreme Court rules 7-0, put more restrictions on police. So I read this in an email. I got this in an email. I read the Supreme Court rules 7-0, put more restrictions. I was
Naturally.
like, there's no way. The Supreme Court did this? Hell yeah. No, it's the California Supreme Court. Okay, the details. Amid the backdrop of millions of illegal immigrants coming into the United States, as well as a crime wave happening in most major cities, just nonsense. The state Supreme Court of California just handed down a new ruling saying that both police officers and sheriff's deputies are no longer allowed to detain people on the street just because those people are trying to avoid the police. So that is essentially like the ruling is that you can't arrest somebody for not wanting to talk to you as a cop. You can't arrest somebody for walking the other direction when they see you.
Yeah.
Because what happened is a guy got arrested for like ducking down behind a car when he saw a cop, and they arrested him, and he had like a warrant or something like that. And you know, a lot of the defenders will point to that as being like, well, he was a criminal. He was breaking the law, and that's how the cop found him, was because he ducked behind a car like one of the Three Stooges or whatever. How many times does this happen to people who aren't actively committing a crime, right?
Yeah.
Just a cop deciding
Countless.
they want to stop you. Or maybe you did commit a crime like jaywalking, or like whatever, not putting your turn signal on soon enough.
Yeah.
But the responses to this were great. And we only have a few here. But I love it. I love when these people have to talk about cops. Like, not just bog standard defend the police stuff. I love it when they have to get into like the nitty gritty of what cops are actually doing, what they should be allowed to do. And so I don't remember what order I have these in, but I'll just go through. Yeah, Cobalt Boats says, the Chi-Com state of Californication with a K. Californication. That's the Chinese way of spelling Californication. Like, you don't get to use the K, guy. On the right, you don't get to use the K.
Yeah.
That's us on the left, and it should be 3 Ks.
Yeah. Hello.
By the way. The Chi-Com state of Californication has slipped into the abyss of the anise. Is it supposed to say anus?
Annals?
No,
Like-
it's ANIS. I think it's supposed to be anus.
I think it is supposed to be anus, yeah.
The abyss of the anus of hell. Wow. It's pretty descriptive, man. It sounds kind of nice. It's happening nationwide. People that continue to allow this communist takeover of America are an accomplice of the Chi-Coms. I think this is probably one of the people who is also doing funneling $7 charges from cryptocurrency into the Epoch Times subscription coffers. I think this is probably somebody who's who's multitasking on behalf of the Epoch Times to put the phrase Chi-Coms in here 10 so many times. That is I'm smelling some Falun Gong on this guy is what I'm saying. Chi-Com means Chinese communist. For anybody who doesn't know. But yeah, the Chi-Coms are doing what communists love best, which is restraining the police. Like, this it doesn't even fit with the communist stereotype of being a totalitarian police state.
Yeah.
There's nothing a communist
so
likes more than defunding the police. Michael Schro says, stop and frisk works. Worked for years in NYC. Now the legal folks are dying in war zones.
That's like that's not a thing. Like who still is saying stop and frisk worked in NYC? It was totally good.
Probably Eric Adams. Eric Adams is probably fucking saying
that's
that.
true.
Eric Adams, I think, wants to restart it.
That makes sense.
Again, the Democratic leader of New York City, at least.
Yeah.
I love now the legal folks are dying in war zones. He's talking about downtown New York. He's talking about like Manhattan.
Yeah.
Is a war zone.
Yeah. And is he saying like as in it's all immigrants who are doing this?
I would venture
is
to bet
illegal
he
just
means
criminals.
Everybody. Yeah. I think I would be willing to bet he doesn't just mean, because I mean, it's like the border states that where they're like, oh, these are you rich city libs. You don't know what it's like actually living next to the border or whatever. Like that's like Texas, Nevada, Arizona. Like these are all states that heavily police their own borders. And people are not dying there like a war zone. Where people are dying in war zone and akin to war zones are like impoverished, deteriorating cities, dilapidating cities in all kinds of states and all kinds of demographic makeups. Those people are dying, in record numbers from despair, poverty, gun violence, suicide. All that stuff is happening. It's not because we're not doing stop and frisk, though.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with it.
Maddie169 says, I'm a 53-year-old white male who lives in the suburbs. So I'm preparing for just one of the most insane comments I've ever read. I went to school for police science many years ago. I hate to say this, but knowing what I know and what we were taught, I can guarantee you the cops lie daily and are taught to lie.
Yep.
Based suburban
Hell
boomer.
yeah, brother.
We spent 2 weeks on CYA tactics, which means cover your ass tactics, how to, quote, creatively write reports to justify shady actions, etc. In this story, the cops claim he, quote, ducked behind a car and tied his shoe at a strange time. Well, you tie your shoe when it's untied, ... regardless of time of day. Cops regularly lie to gain access to search cars, etc. It's so funny how it does take somebody who went through the cop training program to be honest about this.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not supposed to say this, Maddie. You are like now a race trader. You are an anti-blue race trader.
Yeah, I mean it's cool because like it's so real, obviously. But it's just funny. I like how they're just calling like bullshit. I'm like, listen, that 53-year-old white male who lived in the suburbs. Hey, listen, before I say this thing, I just want you to know, I'm cool. I'm one of you. I'm listen, suburbs. I don't even have black friends, but I still feel this way.
Rob says this is so true. I took criminal justice in college, and the guy who taught it was an ex-cop, and he was like, here's all the ways we lie. Yeah.
Awesome.
Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this, including the journalists who just stenographize whatever cops say.
Yep.
Everybody knows this. You're just not supposed to talk about it. So cool. But this is funny. Linda says, not all cops lie. I was married to one. It probably has a lot to do with where they are cops. California lives by lies, period.
Oh, that's so cute. That's so sweet. I love this. My cop husband never lied.
He told me exactly why he was hitting me.
Yeah. Oh, God.
No, it is very funny to think that your cop husband never lied to you. Like you're one of the lucky. To be honest, you got lucky.
Yeah.
You got really lucky.
Especially if you got to live a life to where like the lies he told you didn't really affect you at all. That's great. That's great too. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I love this magical thinking about California that somehow like you're like a child. California lives by lies. There's millions of people in California who believe in the same exact shit you do.
Yeah.
You are a child. You are no better than Blue no matter who. Like you're no better than any of this weird childish like creating a team to give your life meaning.
And like it's just funny too that you hate cops. And I promise you. I mean, if you love cops, you're gonna love California cops because we're some of the worst in the country.
Oh, 100%.
You should love California cops.
Last comment here. It's me again. There was like a pushback to police here.
It's great.
It's me says cops have become tyrants anyway, questioning and detaining people because they think whatever is against our right. Because they think whatever is against our rights. I don't give a shit what they quote think. Do you have RAS to even think I'm committing a crime? What, reasonable suspicion? Is that what RAS?
I guess so.
Reasonable assumption, suspicion. I don't know. No, I just agree. No, I agree with this ruling. Are we free people or are we just slaves to our state masters? Police do nothing but harass us slaves. They don't go after the criminal politicians. Nope. ... Screw the cops.
Hell yeah.
This is good because it's not even anti-cop. Like, they won't arrest shoplifters. They'll only arrest American men trying to right their society or whatever. They're not like fascist anti-cops. Like, the cops aren't racist enough, which is like some right-wing anti-cop sentiment you'll see, or like women should never be cops, that sort of thing. No, this is like the cops don't arrest the politicians who are the real criminals who are stealing millions of dollars every year. I mean, think about how much how much money is in white collar crime.
Yeah.
The people who never get prosecuted, never get dragged out of their homes, never get accosted on the street, never get thrown into a jail cell. It's completely obvious who cops serve in this country. And I mean, I'll be honest, it's nice even when people on the right realize that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to have people agreeing on this particular thing. That's one of the biggest issues we face.
B says, when I lived near the border, the only people who harassed me were the cops. Yeah, I'm from Southern California. I never got once fucking accosted by an undocumented immigrant.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's fun couple segments for everybody. Thanks so much for joining in on our Twitch debut.
Yes.
Thank you for participating in the chat. We will be on Twitch again tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's Sunday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're doing a bonus additional stream there to try and get our Twitch numbers up, to try and get people to participate in the Twitch. So we have a couple fun. I'll tease what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. We are going to be talking about my week in the Conservative Goths Facebook group.
Oh, hell yeah.
We've had conservative witches. We've had conservative punks. Now we're doing conservative goths. We also, on that episode, will be talking about the libertarian candidate for president, the guy who won the Libertarian Party nomination, who is also a gay, open borders, mask-wearing, pro-trans, like actual libertarian.
Sick.
And we'll be talking about the libertarian response to that, which
awesome.
is phenomenal. Yeah, again, so tomorrow on Twitch, twitch.tv/Minion Death Cult. If you're a Patreon subscriber, you'll get both this episode and that episode as podcasts in your audio feed. But otherwise, if you can, join us live tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Awesome. Yeah, see you there.
All right. Have a good rest of your weekend, everybody.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.